It's a lesson too late for the learning. Made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. All right, hold on a second, folks. We got a little technical issue here that I'm trying to resolve. And
I've never had that happen.
no, there's a split. Why is that doing that? Okay, try now.
Do both my cameras work?
I think so. Hi guys, welcome. We had just a weird thing show up on the switcher with the cameras here at the last second, so that's why we were correcting that. Is it still there?
So when I put this one on here,
Yeah.
it comes up in the little picture.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
Yeah, there's a setting here. Try it now. Okay,
That's all I needed.
now you're good.
Well, why are you putting it back on this?
Okay,
Why
so now
can't
we'll
you do it
yeah,
here?
here we go. All right, now we're starting again. Yes? Let me tell you the song that I'm playing. You might remember a singer-songwriter. Well, might remember a singer-songwriter who was popular way back in the 60s, a guy named Tom Paxton, who wrote a bunch of songs that were recorded by a lot of other people. And this is one of his songs, kind of an old tune from the 60s called The Last Thing on My Mind. So now that we're copacetic with the video, I'm going to start again. And adjust that a little bit. All right. And by the way, hi, welcome. It's Saturday, March the 27th. And thanks for being here, guys. So let me do that again. This is The Last Thing on My Mind by Tom Paxton. It's a lesson too late for the learning. Made of sand, made of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You've got reason aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning, without you, without you. Every song in my breast dies a born. Without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? Well, I could have loved you better. I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. Well, there's The Last Thing on My Mind by Tom Paxton. That harkens back to another era. Last week I did, I think, one of his tunes, The Marvelous Toy, or a couple weeks ago. Great songwriter. A lot of fun. I'm going to do a song that I started to do last week, and then we had show interrupt us because of our little power issue. But today we're copacetic. Everything's good. And this is a song from one of my favorite singer-songwriters, Jackson Browne. And I did a few of his tunes last week. And this is one that I didn't quite get to, but we'll get to it tonight. I always thought this was a kind of a cool song for somebody very young to write, because it kind of talks about looking where you came from and thinking about where you're going. It's called Looking Into You. Well, I looked into a house I once lived in, around the time I first went on my own, when the roads were as many as the places I had dreamed of, and my friends and I were one. Now the distance has done, and the search has begun. I've come to see where my beginnings have gone. Oh, the walls and the windows were still standing, and the music could be heard at the door, where the people who kindly endured my odd questions asked if I came very far. When my silence replied, they took me inside, where their children sat playing on the floor. And we spoke of the changes that would find us farther on, and he left me so warm and so high. But as I stepped back outside into the gray morning sun, I heard that highway whisper inside, are you ready to fly? And I looked into the faces all passing by. It's an ocean that will never be filled, and a house that grows older and finally crumbles, that even love cannot rebuild. It's a hotel at best. You're here as a guest. You ought to make yourself at home while you're waiting for the rest. Well, I looked into the dream of the millions, that one day the search would be through. Now here I stand at the edge of my embattled illusions, looking into you. Great song traveler passed through here, and he opened my eyes to the view. And I was among those who called him a prophet, and I asked him what was true. Until the distance has shown, while the search remains alone. I'm looking in my life for a truth that is my own. Well, I looked into the sky for my anthem, and the words and the music came through. But words and music can never touch the beauty that I've seen looking into you, and that's true. take a breath after that one. That takes a little energy. So, Looking Into You, Jackson Browne. Great song. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Well, let's see what's going on this week. We're well into spring now, guys. Springing is springing. Actually, we've got a warm week lined up here in San Diego. We could actually use a lot more rain, but, well, we get what we get, right? Yeah, here's another song. This is from I moved it over here. Here it is. It's from a great Texas singer-songwriter who had the unique privilege of once being married to, what's her name? Julia Roberts. That's right, Julia Roberts. And of course, I'm talking about Lyle Lovett. This is a song that goes out to a student of mine, Judy Buckwhite, who actually lives on a boat in San Diego Harbor. So, because this song is called "If I Had a Pony, I'd Go Out on the Ocean." No, if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. It goes like this. If I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together go out on the ocean, just me upon my pony on my boat. And if I were Roy Rogers, I'd sure enough be single. I couldn't bring myself to marry an old Dale. Yeah, just me and Trigger. We go riding through them movies, buy a boat, and off to sea we'd sail. And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together go out on the ocean, just me upon my pony on my boat. Well, the mystery masked man was smart. He got himself a Tonto, 'cause Tonto did the dirty work for free. But Tonto, he was smarter, and one day said, "Kemosabe, you kiss my ass. I bought a boat and I'm sailing out to sea." And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean, set me upon my pony on my boat. And if I were like lightning, I wouldn't need no sneakers. Well, I'd come and go wherever I would please. And I'd scare him by the shady tree, and I'd share him by the light pole, but I would not scare my boat upon my pony on the sea. And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. We could all together go out on the ocean, just me upon my pony on my boat. Said me upon my pony on my boat. So bonus points to people who can point out the weird little dyslexic word switch that I did at one point in that song, which is really kind of humorous. But it went by so fast I didn't notice it till after it was gone. This happens sometimes. All right, guys. Well, you know what? There's new stuff happening. What I mean by that is I done fooled around and made up another song. Well, actually, an instrumental piece. I'll correct that. So let me see if I can get into the appropriate space here. So this tuning might be familiar to some of you who are guitar players. It has a name. We call it Dadgad because the tuning is D, A, D, G, A, D. So Dadgad. Isn't it rich? So it's that's what it sounds like open. So I noodled around and came up with this. It is as yet untitled, so if you have a suggestion, I will not promise to, to use it, but you're welcome to make it. Go ahead and suggest a title for this. I think it's mostly in place at this point. Here it goes. So there's the world premiere of, it'll have a name by next week. Hope you enjoyed that. That's the only instrumental piece I've ever written in the Dadgad tuning, so perhaps there will be more. All right, let me get back to some sort of other normal. I know, I have one of these tuning gizmos. Let me use that. So, next piece. This is one that I didn't get to last week. There were a couple tunes that I normally do. Hang on. What tuning am I going into here? Oh, yeah, we're going into this. That's it. This goes out to Linda Lewis, especially, and Linda Meeker, and my friends who enjoy this song. This is a tune I wrote a couple years ago called I'm in Love with the Moon. And it goes like this. I'm in love with the moon. She hears my sighs in the dead of night. Then she bathes me in her sweet light, and I am lost in a swoon. She will be with me soon. Wrapped in her cold, loving arms I'll be, lost in a wild lunar fantasy. My romance may be doomed. I'm in love with the moon. Tell me that you'll shine for only me. Show me that you'll light the way to find tranquility. Let me feel you in my heart and shine here in my eyes. Let us never be apart. When will you realize I'm in love with the moon? I'm in love with the moon. When will she finally notice me? My moon shadow is plain to see. I am singing her tune. She will be with me soon. Wrapped in her cold, loving arms I'll be, lost in a wild lunar fantasy. My romance may be doomed. I'm in love with the moon. Tell me that you'll shine for only me. Show me that you'll light the way to find tranquility. Let me feel you in my heart, shine here in my eyes. Let us never be apart. When will you realize I'm in love with the moon? I'm in love with the moon. I'm in love with the moon. I'm in love with the moon. Well, there's our moon song for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. I have another instrumental piece I want to play for you. That's, let's see. Oh, it was bound to happen. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Would you grab my classical guitar? We're going to switch guitars. I have been doing a lot of other tunings lately, and so, yeah. All right, let me unplug here for a second. Great, and you can change that string. My guitar tech is going to take care of that for me. No, she's not. Darn. All right, so change of plans. There's a, no, there's a cord that plugs into this that has a little, it's a black cord, but it has a little mini on one side. So we'll see if we can find that. In the meantime, we have a classical guitar. No. I'm guessing you guys can hear that. So, yeah, change of pace. Let me, I'm going to move this mic down so that we hear a little bit more of the guitar. I'm going to play some classical guitar for you guys tonight. We'll come back. I'll do some more songs. No, there's one that has, it's a narrower, it's a smaller diameter cable altogether. One end is the mini plug, the other end is a quarter-inch jack, and it's somewhere in there. All right, here we go. This is a piece by Pernambuco, Brazilian composer named, the piece is called Sounds of Bells. You know what? so let me pick another one here. How about this one? So there's a piece called Afro-Cuban Lullaby, and that's I'm not sure where the tune came from. That arrangement is by a guy named Jack Marshall, and I heard it on a Christopher Parkening record once and said, I've got to learn that piece. So I hope you enjoyed that. All right, I've got another one that I did not get to last week. Was one that goes out to my good buddy Ross Arth up there in Cleveland. And this is Classical Gas on the classical guitar. Sounds like this.
classical gas. So to all you folks up there in Cleveland, thanks for joining in. We're going to try and come up there this summer, later this summer. I have a high school reunion that was supposed to have taken place last year, but nobody was going anywhere last summer. So they postponed it for a year in hopes that things would be better, and looks like we're going to do it. So I'm hoping sometime in August, I think it's first week of August, that we'll be able to come up there. Haven't booked the trip yet, but we're headed that direction. All right, guys, I got a few more pieces to play for you here. Let me play a little love song that I wrote. So this song is a sort of a song of unrequited love. And it rides the edge between the devoted suitor and the creepy stalker. It's called To Be Loved by You. There's a hole here in my heart where all the laughter falls through. I keep taking it apart, but there's a piece that's still with you. Maybe these changes are just part of growing old. Failure in my heart. Has there been damage to my soul? Baby, won't you tell me what more I could do to be loved by you? To be loved by you. When I was a younger man, finding footholds in the wall, I didn't know where I could stand and how far I could fall. Stepped around the corner, ducked into the old pool hall. The tables there were empty. I swore I heard you call. The barkeep thinks I'm crazy. He knows what I would do to be loved by you. To be loved by you. You won't find me on the freeway. No, you won't see me in the hall. You will only hear my footsteps when the nighttime starts to call. A creature of the evening, that's what I am doomed to be. The lengths to which I'd go to make sure no one sees the lies that I would tell you, the insane things I'd do to be loved by you. To be loved by you. To Be Loved by You. I have so I'm trying to think of songs that kind of fit really well on the classical guitar, and I have a few. Here's another one. Seasons always change. Life remains the same for only so long, then it follows with the wind. In the quiet time, your soul will surely rest. You only did the best that you could do. No crying now. No crying now. No crying, no why, no how. And I am sailing on a mystic wind, arching chasms of forever, to watch the cosmic spin. And before this dark night has had its way with me, I'll rest my soul in the sweet mystery. Circles within wheels, cycles in the way you feel. Let stillness be in the great mystery. Circle one by one, till our time on earth is done, then all will be in the sweet mystery. No crying now. No crying now. No crying, no why, no how. And I'm sailing on a mystic wind, arching chasms of forever, to watch the cosmic spin. And before this dark night has had its way with me, I'll rest my soul in the sweet mystery. Seasons always change. Life remains the same for only so long, then it follows with the wind. All right, that was a piece called Sweet Mystery, and a rather philosophical song at that. Well, let me see what else I've got on my list here that looks like it might fit. I was planning on doing a little instrumental trio that I had written, but I see that it's, I don't think it'll work to do it in the tuning. But I can do this one. So this is a piece that started life as an improvisation, and it worked out really well. I copyrighted it and registered it with BMI and then put it out, and last I checked, it appears on about almost 45 different compilation albums or playlists on Spotify. So I guess it's my biggest hit. It's called Mysterious Deep, and so it's basically the piece that we played on the yoga DVD when everybody laid down for meditation. So yeah. So if you want, you can put your eye pillow on and close your eyes. Don't fall asleep, though, because I got more songs to play. But here's Mysterious Deep for you guys. You know what? I'm going to do it without the capo. It'll work here. open your eyes. Come back to the room. Have a drink of water. Where's my water bottle? Oh, here it is. So that is Mysterious Deep, a nice little meditative guitar instrumental. Oh yeah, that helps. Well, let's see if we can't do another song here. Let's do this. What happens when you really, really, really want to get away from it all? Well, you have to achieve escape velocity. That's the first principle. Either physically, psychologically, or emotionally, or some other way. So, excuse me while I do this slight adjustment. There we go. So here's a song that I wrote called Escape Velocity. Riding alone in my automobile, try to untangle the way that I feel. There's a knot here in my heart, and I don't know where to start. Some days I just want to fly away, deal with these chains on another day, and conquer gravity, let my soul roam free. And you can say, why does he suffer so needlessly? Offer his heart to adversity. Well, I'm just trying to reach escape velocity. Well, I knew a man who lived upside down, day after day on a merry-go-round. It was a radical point of view, but it was all he knew. And he said, why do I need the earth anymore? To live in the air is what I came here for. And he'd sail up over the treetops, vowing to never stop. And I could say, why does he suffer so needlessly? Offer his heart to adversity. He's just trying to reach escape velocity. With an emptiness to fill, are the scenes of distant days that you have yet to pay. Why are we tethered to these dreams? Why isn't life what it really seems to be? How do we know? Where do we want to go? And I could say, why do you suffer so needlessly? Offer your heart to adversity. You're just trying to reach escape velocity. If you have a need of achieving escape velocity, you're able to pull that off, guys. Well, let's see here if I can pull this one off. This was a... There we go. Let me do a little classical piece for you. These are a couple little pieces from the Renaissance. medley of an Allemande by Robert Johnson, an English composer from the 16th century, and Mason Williams' version of Greensleeves. So talk about random things. Well, let me do another original tune here. This song sounds like it was written expressly for the pandemic. It actually has a bit more of a history than that. The earliest iteration of this song, believe it or not, I wrote in the 1980s when I lived in Los Angeles. It had a different title, and some of the lyrics were the same, some of the lyrics were different. The music is entirely different. But it never made it into my repertoire. And I got to thinking about it. It's like, well, there were some good lyrics in there. I should reuse that. And it turned into this song. Let me just check my tuning here real quick. Yeah, there we go. So the song is called "I'm Glad We're Staying Home Tonight." I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. It's been a weird night because I broke a string and had to like do a audible in the middle of everything and kind of figure out a different set. So, but it seems to be working. And I'll be back next week. So, thanks for coming along, and you guys enjoy yourselves. Stay home. Actually, it's loosening up a little bit, right? But it ain't over, guys. It ain't over. I saw today. Just if we saw this number of people dying and being hospitalized every day a year ago, we would have freaked. And now we've gotten used to it somehow. So it's still weird out there. All right, guys, here we go. I'm glad we're staying home tonight. The time is feeling right. You can snuggle up and hold me tight. Put on some music, turn down the lights. I'm glad we're staying home tonight. We've got everything we need. Let's see just where this leads. We'll take our time. That's not a crime. I'm glad we're staying home tonight. No place I'd rather be than in a cozy cottage with you. No one else pleases me quite the way you do. Don't need no telephone. Put out the cat, give the dog a bone. Pull down the shades, let's get this right. I'm glad we're staying home tonight. Place I'd rather be than in a cozy cottage with you. No one else pleases me quite the way you do. The time is feeling right. You can snuggle up and hold me tight. Put on some music, turn down the lights. I'm glad we're staying home tonight. Let's put on some music, turn down the lights. I'm glad we're staying home. Yeah, we're staying home. Hallelujah. Yeah, we're staying home tonight. Well, if you do go out, be safe, wear a mask, keep social distance, and get your vaccine when it's your turn if you haven't done it already. We're well vaccinated here, so I'm going to play one more tune for you guys. This is a This is a song about following your dreams. I wrote this some years ago when I was still working out of a cubicle quite often and dreaming of making my living doing music, which I do now actually, because I teach guitar and music appreciation for the San Diego College of Continuing Education, and play out when I get the chance, which is coming up. I'll be playing out, I'm sure, soon in the community. All right, this is a tune I wrote called Bohemian Heart, and I'll leave you guys with this and say thanks for tonight. I'll see you next week, all right? It's 6 a.m. You pour a cup of courage and set out to face the day. Just another deal with the devil, or sometimes it feels that way. There's a dim memory you can sometimes see, comes and goes like the phases of the moon. When it waxes strong, your heart still longs for life that's true and free. Bohemian heart, trapped in a 9 to 5. You play your part, struggle to survive. But somewhere deep inside, a little voice whispers it's never too late to start or break these chains. Follow your bohemian heart. There was a time before the obligations of living had their way. Love was more important, music held a magic, made you feel that way. Somehow you lost a dream, and now it seems the truth is hiding behind the moon. But late at night comes that moonlight, the dream's still calling you. Bohemian heart, trapped in a 9 to 5. You play your part, struggle to survive. But somewhere deep inside, a little voice whispers it's never too late to start or break these chains. Follow your bohemian heart. Oh, the paths that were taken, they're waiting for you now. Oh, the dreams forsaken, they're calling to you now. Bohemian heart, trapped in a 9 to 5. You play your part, struggle to survive. But somewhere deep inside, a little voice whispers it's never too late to start or break these chains. Follow your bohemian heart. Oh, break these chains. Follow your bohemian heart. Follow your bohemian heart, guys. And I'll see you next week. Thanks for being here. Good night.